Welcome along to South Today Sport. It's time to think about possible candidates for the ILT Southland Sports Awards coming up in May. Nominations have opened, and to tell us all about how to put names forward, Brenda McDermott from Sports Southland. Good evening, Brenda. Welcome along.
Yeah, thank you, Tom.
That comes around pretty quick, doesn't it?
Oh, it seems to roll around quicker and quicker every year, I think, and there's been some fantastic performances during the year, so yeah, it's going to be another hard job.
And a number of categories to fill. Let's talk about some of the key ones. Obviously, sports person.
Yeah, sports person.
Senior sports person.
Yeah, senior sports person, and then we've obviously got the junior, there's the administrator, and this year we've got a new officials. We're going to split the administrator between administrator and officials this year. So we've also got the team and the sports person of the year as well.
Just want to talk about that split because it's very important. Normally we've had the administrator, which has included people like referees and umpires and people who run sports, and it's been impossible as a judge to split the two achievements, isn't it? And it's been a great concept that you've moved forward and now had their own categories.
Yeah, we just haven't been able to split them quite often, and we've had quite a lot of applications in that category, so we decided it was time for a change there, and we're going to recognise those officials as well on a separate basis.
The categories have been amazing calibre, haven't they, in recent years? We've had world champions, Olympic champions. Yeah. They're hard to follow up, but in the junior category, high achievement age group level. Yeah,
I mean, the junior category, I mean, we always have a heap of applications for that, and I think last year we might have had 7 or 8 that actually become finalists. So, and this year being a non-Olympic year for the Southland, for the sports person, it's going to be an interesting battle there as well.
And just remind us what the time frame is in which they have to have had performance.
Yeah, so the performances are 1st of April last year, 2013, to 31st of March 2014. We've got the application forms are out now, so we'd recommend people, if they want to put them in, perhaps speak to their regional sports organisation. That's probably the first point of call. We've got those as manual forms, or we're actually doing online applications this year as well.
I was going to ask you about that, yep.
They need to be in by the 11th of April. And then we lead into, obviously the judges meet and make their finalist decisions. And then we'll lead into a cocktail function May the 8th, and the awards are on the 30th of May this year, which is Queen's birthday weekend. And it's going to be a pretty big weekend of sport because we've got the sports awards on the Friday night, Steel Saturday night, and the Sharks on the Sunday night, so big weekend.
Okay, and will you be utilising the stadium? Are you going there for your event, or is it traditional Ascot Park?
It's going to be half and half, so we're going to do the cocktail function at the new stadium, at the ILT stadium, and we'll go to the Ascot Park for the actual function. Okay,
well, that's great to see that utilised for those administrative events. They're the cocktail party. You've got a guest speaker lined up already. We can tell people about that, can't we?
Yeah,
break the news here.
Yeah, just talked to Brad Moore, and Brad's agreed as new Stags coach. He's going to come along and just share some of his thoughts and insights into his new role as the Stags coach, and also what he's found since he's moved to Southland in terms of sport. I know he's mentioned to me on a couple of occasions how fantastic the support's been and what great facilities we have, so it'll be interesting to hear from him.
Seems a very personable guy too, and I think it's important that being new to the community makes that contact.
Absolutely, and yeah, he's very out there, and he wants to actually be part of the community, which we'd certainly welcome, so it's great.
Okay, with regarding to nominations, now I think I'm right in saying that anyone in the public can nominate, can't you? You don't have to be part of a sports organisation, because there's someone sitting at home may have seen, particularly in perhaps a junior category which doesn't get quite the profile, they've got a chance to put that in someone's forward?
Yeah, they have. Anyone can put that forward. I guess the thing is, by to your regional sports organisation, you can perhaps come up with more of the information that we need and more information that the judges need. So certainly we'd recommend a more collaborative approach, but if people are sitting at home and they want to, they think someone's worthy of a nomination, they certainly should go ahead and try and make that happen and make sure that people are recognised for their great achievements.
And I think it particularly applies, and when I'm talking again back to the public about administrators, there might be team managers out there of junior sports teams that often get overlooked for recognition. This is a chance to maybe put their name forward. You have to provide a little bit of information about what they've done in that time, but we want to just cast that net as wide as possible.
Yeah, certainly. So there's a couple of categories. The administrator category is not just confined to that 1 year, so it actually does look at the past as well.
Yep.
So it's important to know. And it's also got the Sports Southland Services to Sport Award. So there could be someone out there who's done 20, 30 years. It might be around grassroots sport, but we want to look at recognising them as well. And we've had some fantastic people recognised over the last few years.
Yes, it's fair to say there's hardly a category that's not Of course, some debate, isn't it? Apart from perhaps the odd Olympic gold medal, that makes it a little bit easy, but the rest of the time, even that year, there were some very high-profile people that missed out.
Yeah, if you look at the calibre, certainly the last few years, we've just got a huge number of top talented sports people in Southland. We always say we punch above our weight, and you can certainly see that on the night in terms of the calibre of people we have there.
Someone like a Jacob Duffy, I'm just picking someone who plays for Otago, but actually, obviously, is Southland born and bred. We always claim them, and they're good. Would he fall into that category?
Yeah, it comes down to where they reside. Well, not just that, but where they reside or whether they're actually a member of a Southland club.
Right.
So that's all stipulated on the entry forms, on the application forms. So if anyone's got any questions, they can certainly contact us at Sports Southland and we can steer them in the right direction. We'd rather recognise more people than less. So certainly come and talk to us.
And technically speaking, if you look at Nathan Cohen, he sort of lives in Cambridge. I mean, that's what he had to do to pursue his sport, but very much a member of a rowing club here and a Southland entity, and so they're in, aren't they?
Absolutely, and we're going to see more and more of that with the centralisation model happening. Same with the cyclists. The top cyclists are now going to be in Cambridge, top triathletes are in Cambridge, so just because they're living there, if they're actually from Southland, then certainly we want to recognise them, and we're going to say they're from Southland, and they're Southlanders.
Even if they just pass through. We'll grab them in the airport for half an hour, we'll take you. No, that's not true, but because you do, so much of that burgeoning talent does have to go elsewhere, for education too. So sometimes we lose them, but we want to maintain that contact, don't we?
Absolutely. It's about, the awards is all about that recognition factor, and if they're Southlanders, we certainly want to recognise their great performances.
Now time for your sales pitch, because you want to sell some tickets to the gala event. So what sort of price are we talking about? Are they available now for people to make bookings for tables?
I guess the first thing I'll say in terms of the awards and the sales pitch is, it's not just about the awards. I mean, it's a massive part of the night, but we've turned the night over the last few years into an entertainment festival. So, we've got some fantastic entertainment lined up. We'll have a really good guest speaker lined up. So it's a night you can actually come and really enjoy yourself. We think the tickets are reasonably cheap, $80 for an individual and $750 for a table of 10. Tickets will be available from the start of next month, so the 1st of April, so you've got 2 months to get those in. I would recommend people get in early. Last year we sold out, so we're confined to 400 people at the Escott Park, so get in early is what I would say.
And whilst a lot of the tables are taken up by supporting sports, there's a growing group, isn't it, of people who just like to follow sport, who get a bunch of friends together and go along for a good night.
Yeah, we're certainly seeing more and more of that, and especially corporates as well. So a lot of corporates are using it as something to bring their clients along to, because it is a really good night out.
And the sponsors of the individual awards, they're often good sponsors of sport in general in Southland, aren't they? IoT Community Trust in the past, I mean, they've all put money into it.
Yeah, we've got a fantastic group of sponsors, even the likes of Rico and Vodafone, Southland Vehicle Sales, and a few others. So, and certainly the ILT are the name and right sponsors, and we all know how supportive they are of sport in Southland.
Okay, so just recap the dates. The nominations are open today, but when must they be on your desk?
So April the 11th, Friday, April the 11th by 4 o'clock is when we'll cut those off. That we then lead into May the 8th for the cocktail function. That's when we'll announce the finalists. Is
that open to the public? Is that an invite one?
It's more of an invite one, but if people are interested in coming along, give us a ring and we'll certainly see what we can do.
Especially if you've supported one of the nominations or put someone forward.
Absolutely.
And the night that they should blank out with the sporting extravaganza?
Yeah, so right now, May the 30th, it's Queen's birthday weekend, and we were a bit nervous last year. We thought maybe a few people went away, but we were thrilled and delighted that we actually had a sellout crowd at the Escott. So we're expecting the same this year. So May the 30th is the date to book out in the calendar. And if you're back to back it with those other great events at the stadium, you're sure to be here anyway. Yeah, you won't be going away, that's for sure. Excellent. Well, Brendan, thank you very much for the information, and we'll of course keep pushing it here on the station to make sure that those nominations get in on time. Excellent, thank you. All right, that is the Sounds Today tonight. We'll see you all tomorrow. Good night.